So there's one clear reason why most experts and brands completely fail when it comes to growing their YouTube channel. And first, you have to understand that YouTube operates differently from every other social platform. With YouTube, there are multiple parts of which you need to absolutely nail if you want to see any level of success reliably and consistently. You've got to have a great video idea, because if you don't, nobody's going to care about your video no matter how valuable it is. Then you need to package that video idea really well through the title and thumbnail to effectively grab attention of viewers off the YouTube home feed or YouTube search, and then actually get them to click rather than clicking on a different video. You need to then hook viewers in. Once they click on the video, you need to have a good hook so that they continue watching, and then you need to structure and execute your video in a way which satisfies the viewers and, it satisfies them in a way to where they will continue watching and receiving that value from you, retaining them. And then you need to actually provide enough value and transform them enough to where they liked the video so much that the YouTube algorithm will look at that and be like, let's recommend this to more people. Whilst also those viewers that just watched that video, they will actually want to continue watching your YouTube videos, because that's how you succeed on YouTube and make a successful YouTube video end to end. Now, the problem is that most businesses, experts, brands are flying blind when it comes to every single stage of that, because they don't actually know what makes a good video idea. They're just coming up with a video idea from thin air that they think will work well based on their understanding of their target market. And then they are structuring the video logically to what makes sense with them. But if they don't know how to hook somebody in effectively, and if they don't know how to record a good YouTube video, they might think they are because they've got this high-level production setup, but in reality, they're not, and then viewers won't be satisfied with that. And then after they've recorded the video, they might even have fancy editing, but we all know that in 2026, as of the time recording this, and even beyond then, editing doesn't matter. Editing cannot make a video. It can break a video if it's done wrong, but if you have these amazing fancy edits, it's not going to be the thing that carries your video to success. But most people have that misconception, and so they might think that investing all of their resources into editing is going to be the thing that makes them succeed. And then after all of that, they're going to upload the video, but before they upload it, they're going to throw together the exact title and thumbnail that they're going to use because they think that it matters less. They upload the video, and then a few days go by and they wonder why the video hasn't seen results. Now, what you need to understand is that YouTube is a winner-take-all platform. There is finite amount of attention, and YouTube is a zero-sum game where if somebody goes to their YouTube home feed, they are presented with 20 different videos, 20, 30, whatever the exact number is, or YouTube search. Now, only one of those videos gets clicked on, and it's the one that grabs the attention the most and also is the most effective at driving enough curiosity and interest to get the people who it grabs the attention of to click, right? And then, of course, it actually delivers on the value and it makes a great YouTube video and all that good stuff. But first, it's actually getting them to click, right? And so YouTube's a winner-take-all platform because there's going to be certain videos that get presented to those viewers against all of the other videos that will consistently get clicked on by most of those viewers time and time again. And those are going to be the ones that grab attention the most and are the most effective at getting people to click. And those videos are going to get the majority of the attention from that market around a given topic or a given niche, right? And so we've got this situation where the best videos get 80% of the attention that circulates around that entire niche or topic, and then all of the other videos, the other 99% of videos, are all bottom feeding and fighting for the bottom 20% of those views, if that, right? So that is the state of YouTube. And therefore, when you compare that and you take that frame of view and you say, okay, YouTube's a winner-take-all platform, that's what's required to win. We need to make the best videos. And you're over here with no understanding really relative to the other creators on YouTube that are taking it seriously of what makes a good video at every single stage. No wonder your videos aren't getting any views, because you've got creators in your niche perhaps that might even be worse than you at the subject matter. You might be the top expert or top brand in your niche, and you know that you have more value to provide and that you're better than these competitors, but they're seeing better results on YouTube just because they understand the YouTube game more than you, and they are prioritizing their thumbnails, titles, ideas, and all these things, right? And I know how frustrating that is, and it's the same with all of my clients. A lot of my clients came to me in a similar situation where they were failing at YouTube despite them being the top experts in their niche, and they just couldn't figure out why. And they saw all these people who had, even hundreds of thousands of subscribers in their niche for some of them, and they were like, these guys suck, right? And of course, I'll get onto, their transformation and how that actually changed for them, because, now they're beating all those competitors. But that's what you have to understand, right? So, and this is also the same reason why most YouTube agencies and working with YouTube strategists suck for experts and brands and businesses. I know this because firsthand, a lot of my clients have came from working with other YouTube agencies and YouTube strategists. So I know the experiences they've gone through. And what that looks like is these YouTube agencies that provide an end-to-end service where they're doing the editing for you, they're doing the thumbnails for you, titles, etc., ideas. They might be doing it for you, and they might look good on the surface to somebody who doesn't understand YouTube, because the thumbnails look like they've been designed well, the videos look like they've got all this fancy editing and all that stuff, and so you might think you're getting a good service, and therefore when the videos don't perform, you might think it's actually a you problem rather than the service provider that you're working with who's running your YouTube channel. But the reality is that it's actually them that's the problem, because although those things look good on the surface, they don't actually understand what makes a good YouTube video, a good YouTube title, thumbnail, etc. in today's market right now. Because you need to, they might make a good thumbnail that looks good, but they might not strategically understand what thumbnail styles work best in today's current market on YouTube, in your niche, but also other niches. And so they're just making thumbnails that look good, but psychologically aren't actually effective at getting people's attention and getting your target market to click. Right? To the idea as well. They might come up with an idea in principle using AI that logically your target market would be interested in because it's one of their pain points or problems. But if that's not actually packaged in a way in a YouTube title that is effective on YouTube, and it just looks like some basic how to do this or the best this, right? These generic titles that we have seen for years on YouTube that you might think inherently work, but they don't. No wonder you're not getting views, right? All the way down to structuring the video, all of these things, right? And with a YouTube strategist, they are actually good at the YouTube piece with understanding what makes a good YouTube video in today's market, if you hire the right YouTube strategist, that is, which is a whole other conversation. But hypothetically, if you hire the right YouTube strategist, they know what's a good video idea and what are the right thumbnails to do for that specific video idea, and even high level how to structure that video. But the problem is that they won't do it all for you. They don't have an execution system that can ensure that you execute on their vision reliably and flawlessly. And this is a big problem because this introduces a lot of points of failure to where then you have to do that yourself as somebody who doesn't actually really truly understand YouTube, and therefore the likelihood of your video actually succeeding, even if the video idea was, the best video idea in the niche and the thumbnail concepts were absolutely killer, the likelihood of you succeeding is still low. Okay, so this is what I see as the current state of the YouTube market. And I just wanted to make this video to explain this because most brands and experts think they're failing for the wrong reasons. And so I just want to lay out what the reasons are, why they're failing, because I see it all. I work with these experts and brands, and I take them from failing to the top of their niche. And this is coming from somebody, by the way, who does hundreds of hours of research per week with the internal research team that works full-time for me to feed me everything that's working across YouTube. We do hundreds of hours of research a week to understand what's working on YouTube, title format-wise, thumbnail style-wise, even the way the video is structured, even editing styles that are working really well that aren't this fancy editing that most people think work, because actually it doesn't. And we see all of this. Not only that, from all that research, but I also run 30 YouTube channels in different niches, many of which are the top channels in their entire niche. We run the top channel in the Facebook ads niche, the sales niche, the fastest growing channel in the AI niche, the top channel in the lead generation niche, so many different niches. And our channel portfolio makes over $1 million per month, right? And so through posting on all these different channels, we're also seeing what's working on all these other different channels and getting that insider information and data that we can then leverage across all of our other channels as well. So we're in this situation where we've kind of got this monopoly over YouTube education where we know what works best. And we're paying investing $50,000 per month into this YouTube system. So when I step into a niche with a client and a YouTube channel, nobody else can compete with that. If we take the frame of mind that YouTube's a winner-take-all platform, when we step into a niche, no matter what the current situation of the channel that we're working with was in before working with us, we can take them from failing or complete zero to the top channel in their niche in a matter of months oftentimes, right? And I'll give some examples of these. Like, for example, Sam Palera, who's now the top most relevant channel in the Facebook ads niche. He was at zero, failing with another YouTube agency, another YouTube service provider before us. He was maybe getting, 50 views on his videos, and most of that was probably coming from external traffic, not even the YouTube algorithm. We stepped in the first month, already getting clients. His first video got thousands of views from zero, and now his channel's at a situation where he's got multiple videos with well over 100,000 views. He's averaging 20,000 views baseline, and many videos getting more than that. He gets over 10,000 views a day, all long form, organically from YouTube. And more importantly, he's added over $400,000 per month directly from YouTube to his business. That's all organic from his long form YouTube videos, directly as of the efforts and videos that we've helped him make, right? And yeah, so like he's getting 10 plus finds a month or something like that off YouTube. It's insane what it's doing for him, right? But he's not the only example. We've got Osh in the landing pages niche, who was working with, yet again, another YouTube agency before us. He was stuck at 200 subscribers, averaging 100 to 200 views per video. And we step in. Now he's got over 10,000 subscribers in his niche of landing pages. So he's like basically the top channel in the landing page niche right now. There might be other ones with more subscribers numerically because they've been on YouTube longer, but he's the one that's getting the most views on every single one of his videos. And he says he's got more business than he can even handle from YouTube. In fact, we're actually having to help him hire and expand his business just so that we can ramp up YouTube efforts even more and just bring on more clients. And then you've got 9X, who's in a bit of a different situation, but similar. They weren't working with a YouTube agency, but they had their own internal YouTube team. And they were averaging 1,000 to 2,000 views per video, but they were stuck at 5,000 subscribers. Stuck at 1,000 to 2,000 views per video and 5,000 subscribers. They had their own internal editor. They had their own thumbnail design system, etc. Right? And it looked good. Like the editing was good, and we still use that same editing to date, but the strategy behind it's different. So we came in and they were stuck at 5,000 subscribers, stuck at 1,000 to 2,000 views per video. We came in a few months, they're at 50,000 subscribers, and they're the fastest growing channel in the AI niche, very competitive, very in demand niche. And obviously their business has completely changed as a result of that. They've got numerous videos that have gotten over 300,000 views completely organically, when previously their best performing video had 50,000 views, which was just some mini tutorial that didn't drive anything for their business. It was just one of those 1-2 minute tutorials. And apart from that, the next one was like 10,000 views or something like that, averaging 1,000 to 2,000. And then we've got somebody like Glenn Coco, who we took from 0 to 10,000 subscribers, complete 0 to 10,000 subscribers in 60 days, closed $45,000 deals from the first video. And that one of those $45,000 deals was an American Express partner that is interested in investing into their company. And beforehand, they were considering working with a YouTube strategist, but luckily the reason why they didn't move forward was because they were just fearful that there was too many gaps in the system and they wanted it done for them. And so we came in, we provided that solution, and now the most trending relevant channel in the sales niche, right? So if you're an expert or brand, you very much have the potential to have the biggest YouTube channel in your niche, and in turn generate a ton of leads, a ton of sales, and a ton of growth for your business. We've seen it through our clients. You can look me up and check that out and see for yourself. But the problem isn't you, it's your YouTube system. So obviously, if you want help, you can reach out to me, message me on Instagram, jake.trinder, visit my website, viewstoclients.com. You can find me on the internet. I'm not hard to find. But more importantly than anything, take the lesson from this that where your priorities go when growing your YouTube channel, and that you need to develop a good understanding of what's working on YouTube and why these things are working, so that then you can carry that forward to the strategy of each part of the YouTube process, from the strategy used to select your ideas and come up with ideas and your titles, your thumbnails, and then also behind how you execute your videos, even to how you edit your videos, every single step of the way. Because like I said, YouTube's a winner-take-all platform, and when you've got a system like ours, that's, like I said, spends over $50,000 per month on YouTube, runs a channel portfolio that does over $1 million a month, and we post one video every single week for those channels. We produce over 100 videos, and we have the insider data on all of those videos, and we do hundreds of hours of YouTube research a week, leveraging AI tech that we built internally that nobody else has access to as well. It's pretty difficult to compete with that if, you're in a niche with us, and we just win by default. So yeah, hopefully that was useful. Check out some of my other videos if you found this one useful, and I'll see you in the next one.